Smif-N-Wessun in the building. What up?
It's the first time I'm seeing all of y'all right now.
All-Star Weekend with Mike.
Cheer. Jordan Head, Brooklyn. So I'm sitting with the fellas, Smif-N-Wessun, you dig? And we're gonna get to a couple of things. So I got a question for the fellas. The origin story. Tech and Steel, like, where did that relationship begin and at what point did the mission become music?
It started in the streets of Brooklyn. Word up. I'm from Brownsville. Tech from bed-stuy. Right up the block.
Home of the style, baby.
We used to hang out at Breedway Projects every day with Rambo, Cookie Head, and all the crazy cats. That's where it all happened. That's where it all culminated, running around with D-Set.
Brownsville.
So, you know, I started rhyming. The Tech started rhyming. And
I was forced to rhyme. He made me rhyme.
see, the thing about Tech, like, he didn't rhyme, but he had style. Well, he had style, as you can see, he had style.
Me too.
So yeah, now all the Williams family got style. You know what I mean? They have a big family. So and he has a musical background. He don't like to talk about it that much, but
I'm not ashamed to say, Still actually wrote my first rhyme for me. And from there, it's been Smif-N-Wessun.
his story, man, his story. So I mean, it's a perfect match for us. Like we was running around and absorbing what was going on, living the PNC life. You know what I mean? We got schooled by a big old pimp cook. You know what I mean? Rambo. This is the beginning.
So you have the Smif-N-Wessun chemistry. Where does the other 6 members of the Great 8 come into play?
All at the same time, man. All that happened at the same time. Like we was culminating everything. You know what I'm saying? Rockness Monster from the same projects. You know what I mean? Me and Tech as buddies running around. Schoolmates. Ruck live up the block, Brownsville projects. Louisville's in Cephalo. Top Dog, that's my bro. Strangler, around the corner. We all, you know, we always friends. We always hanging out in the projects, pretty much, like with nothing to do.
Wilding out. Like even Free to God Ruler, which is his uncle, he actually, you could say, put Smif-N-Wessun together. Besides our other homie Chase that we went to school with, and you hear us mention Big Old Pimp Cookie Head. This is his home side too. And also, you know, the quietest man of the group, the third member of Smif-N-Wessun, DJ Logic. He's been with us since day one, on the set, holding it down, rocking it. So, I mean, boot camp been family before the music thing happened. So, like you said, it's deeper than rap with us. We came in as family. That's why you never really hear about no off-the-wall boot camp stories or, oh, they breaking up or this and that, and nah. So, you know, we was family before the music, during the music, and we're going to be here when this shit is dead and over.
Yeah, Logic used to play for the hooky parties. He played all the hooky parties. He played all the house jams. You know what I mean? Like house jams is dangerous to go to house jams. You gotta really know your neighborhood. It was him and a couple of other DJs, Dave, Big L, used to DJ for Elder Skelton.
El the Barber.
But yeah, we used to go to the crib. Sometimes we get on the mic, but we was all dancing. We was trying to be dancers and stuff.
Nah, I wasn't.
Not Tech. I ain't never, you know. But Sean Price definitely was busting the jig. You ain't seen nothing till you seen Rockness Monster busting.
Hashtag the jig. Get that out there.
I got a video. We should have a contest. Like I got a video. I did a song that's MC Steel, right? And this is like before we was going at Smif-N-Wessun. Tech was working on the boards. That's what he wanted to do, engineering and all that. Rock was dancing in the video.
I need to see that. Like now.
He had a high flat top there.
I think he had
the high flat top, right?
He's 6'5"
I think
with
he
a
was
4-inch
doing
flat
the
top.
Bismarck.
Exactly.
Doing the Bismarck.
Wow.
Rock used to get busy. Rock was nice. But I had a bald head. Imagine that.
Oh, I'm hearing some things today.
I did too.
I've been with these
With
fellas
the
for the
Timberland
last,
symbol right here.
yeah, I've been with these fellas for a while
And
now.
the
I'm
onyx
hearing
symbol
some
on the
things
other side.
today. We'll talk about this later.
So yeah, we was little guys running around that thought we was being professional and stuff like that. So our first video, we shot it on what's that? Lincoln Center. Like we from Brownsville, the bed-stuy, so Lincoln Center was like a palace. You know what I mean? You go to 60-something street, it looks great. You know, the columns, and we doing some freaky stuff in the video and stuff. But
Rock dancing.
yeah, it's cool. And my girl at the time, like she wanted to be a singer. She was alright.
Damn, that,
Oh, I didn't say that.
She still, you know, we was just trying to come up, man. So
Yeah,
it was like happening right in front of our faces. You know?
sounds honest. Sounds like it's just an honest progression of things.
Yeah.
The shining happens. What was the formula for the shining? Like the creative process. Of course, I've heard the story, but I need them to hear this story. What was the creative process of the shining? Putting together what sound it was going to be, what producers you were going to work with or lock in with. Those that don't know the story, what triggered that, and what was the process like?
We was waiting patiently for our turn. Once Buck put out Who Got the Props, it was everything. It was a go. Well, not everything. Drew High definitely told me don't quit my day job. I ain't listen. Like, man, whatever you do, do not quit yet, man. It's not, we ain't got everything yet.
Quit that very next day.
I seen, yeah, I couldn't do it. I seen Tech on MTV, I was like, oh, hell no. I'm not there. I had to quit, man. Don't try this at home, kids. I had a great job, benefits, because hip hop, you don't get benefits and stuff like that. But my passion was elsewhere. So, I seen, it's like how Rock said it, you know what I mean? It went down like this, one little nigga, you know what I mean? It really, that's how it culminated for us. And when Buck, did that joint, I can't say Buck, Black Moon, of course. When they put that together, big up to the Beat Miners, because the Beat Miners is the backbone to that whole movement. The Beat Miners did the tracks. Like, very rarely do you have DJs that are actually making all the beats. So they made all the beats. For us, we didn't know no producers.
Right. So we really ain't have a say-so in that. We want to work with them.
Yeah.
The process of making a shining was sleeping in the studio,
Word.
waking up, freezing in the studio under the blankets that you use to cover the piano with, sleep in the studio, go home, get weed, come back to the studio, and break day. And then the Beat Miners, these fucking geniuses, we so used to working at night, breaking day, they want to switch everything around to work in the mornings, all through the night, and break day again and come back to the studio. They like, man, listen, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. Almost every session, me and Walt getting into it, arguing. Fuck you, Tech. All right. All right. I ain't gonna take too many of those, but all right. But nah, cause when we came into it, we was fresh out the streets in high school. We ain't know nothing about arranging an album, putting songs together. So we learned that helping put Into the Stage together with Black Moon. And when it was our time, we was just ready, coming off the bench fresh. We was thrown to the lions. We was an experiment.
Yeah.
The Black Moon Into the Stage they put together, and then they tried the new sound with Smif-N-Wessun. So we was the second cake that was left in the oven too long. It got burnt on the bottom a little bit, you know what I mean? But through God's hands, it is what it is today, and we sitting here talking about the 20th. So it worked out beautifully. Absolutely.
I also, I want to just, what's real is like for us, one thing that helped us too, man, is like we had wild patience. You know what I'm saying? Like we was we was the little guys in the crew running around with these. We was the little guys, so we always got kind of like picked on, but we was not soft. We was fighting everybody. We was busting everybody's heads. We was putting in work. So we couldn't be punks, so we was respected. We was the little guys, we was respected. But, you know, when we was running with Buck, with Black Moon, we got to listen to all of the problems that they was having. You know what I mean? So if we missed one step, then we would have been screwed. I mean, so like, we was the experiment, but we was willing to do stuff. You know, even when you go to something simple like doing clean versions, like Buck hated doing clean versions. Like we would do the song over to replace words, so you wouldn't have to have the song with mixed
lyrics,
missing pieces and stuff like that. So we was willing to do stuff. Like we was coming from the street, so it's really nowhere to go. But
what does the present hold with Smif-N-Wessun for those that might not be all the way in tune, and then what's the future hold for Smif-N-Wessun from right here, from 20 years on? Because it's like to me, it's like a new start. Like this the recount, so it's all happening from right now. So shooting from the arc where you guys are now, what do you guys see on the horizon right now?
for me, man, honestly, like I just like I can't even tell y'all what I really see in the future, but when I look at, when I look at my little nephews, that's really what it's about for me. You know what I mean? My nephews and my nieces, and like this rap shit, I don't really give a fuck about this shit. Real shit. But what it is a platform that allow you to speak to people. You know what I mean? And through speaking, through doing the knowledge, doing the wisdom, you get understanding, freedom, culture, power, refinement, quality, God. I mean, you're able to do things. You're able to. This is your power. You know what I mean? If you don't trip, you can make a lot of things happen. So from this, me and my PNC for 20 years, man. You know what I'm saying? Wisdom Cypher. That's what we doing right now. You know what I mean? 20 years of this. So peace. That's what I'm looking for. That's what the future is now. Time is the present. This is the gift.
Once you get to a place, it's time to turn around and bring somebody else along for the ride. Like I said, that's why I actually brought my nieces and nephews out so they could see it. They don't get to see Uncle T in this type of light a lot, you know what I mean? I'm a totally different person that they see in the house than was my professional life. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's what it is, man. To just keep it moving and keep it going. You want to build something and give your family and your peoples so they don't have to go through what you went through to get to where we may be at right now. So that's what it is, man. Just keep shining and putting out music as long as we can do it. You know what? I hate the fact that like hip hop is the only genre of music where niggas gotta feel like he too old, he can't do it no more. Yeah. Where, you know what I mean, rock and roll when is like 70 still on the stage playing bass, doing splits. You know what I mean? So that's right. Like I say, you only get old because you stop enjoying and doing what it is that you was doing that kept you feeling the way you was feeling. And so we just here rocking. About to start the new projects with Pete Rock, inshallah, with 88 Keys, inshallah, putting it together. So we're here. PNC got a label that they shoot videos for, and also we're looking for new artists that we working with, as well as them records and everything. So we here in 360 degrees.
Still gave us the real political answer. Tech let some jewels slip out. He was like, listen, look out for the new project, 88 keys. He tucked them in there like it was your man from around the corner. 88 keys, Pete Rock, nothing crazy. I'm honored to be here sitting with the homies, man, because I promise you, I feel like I jumped in any one of these posters you're looking at right here, because there was a time when I was writing my first couple bars and I had these fellas on the poster. You know what I mean? So to be sitting here this close to the homies and embraced and along on this journey that they talking about is crazy for me, man. To be able to walk into 20 years with you guys is epic. So I'm sure everybody else here feels the same way, being this close to the movement. And y'all came out because I know you're a part of the music. So This is a blessing. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. Now, I want to open the floor for any questions that you guys may have.
What inspired y'all to name the album The Shining?
Dingo.
Well, The Shining, like he said, we was running around Decepticons. A lot of people might have heard of that. And through our Legion of Decepticons, me and Steel, Cookie Head, Rambo was, you know how you hang out with so many people, but you got that one relationship with just a few of the homies that you got a totally different relationship with. And for us, that became our Legion, PNC, Power Masters, PM. And The Shining was me and Steel would like, we went to school together and everything, like, so I would literally like go to my class, do my work, and go look for this nigga. He'll come at like 6th period of high school or some shit and be like, yo, I'm like, alright, whatever, boom, boom. But it just came because like we would finish each other's sentence and thoughts. You know what I mean? If you seen the movie The Shining, that was the mental connection that he was going through. So with PNC, that was us. Our mentals building together to make it happen with The Shining.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I got a question right here.
Hold on, this sounds like he didn't even have to come to the first 6 periods because Tech was there. And mentally, he just sent them the answers.
Exactly. You feel me?
Respect for coming out.
I'm trying to at home, kids.
Please disclaim
What do you guys think of the state of hip hop today?
I swear I tried to jump over that one, but he got you.
That's the most answered question.
Y'all want me to answer that shit?
Yeah,
The most answers.
I mean, man. I mean, nah.
I'm about to say, there's 2 different answers, so I can't wait for this.
It's a lot of things, but like with me, this is what I'm rocking with, man. My family, my nieces and nephews, so they keep me young. They play all this speaker knockers and all the Chief Keefs and everything in my ear. So I gotta hear this. So for me, I mean, good music is good music, regardless of it. It's some bullshit out there. I ain't gonna front, but it's some nice shit out there too, in the new wave. I can't front. It's some dope joints out there that I listen to. But as far as, I mean, I don't really not nobody, man. If a nigga doing this thing, male or female, keep doing it, man. I'm not gonna say your shit corny unless it's corny. But I know where the grind come from and I know where the hustle come from because we went through it to get where we at, you know what I mean? At one time, niggas wasn't fucking with us. There's been plenty of doors closed in our face where we had to go through the window or kick that shit in to make it happen. And I just feel if you doing it, keep doing it from the heart and do it till you do it.
Such a good answer.
Good answer. Good answer. You know, hip hop is a great platform for having conversation. I think that now because we have the access to go to Africa without actually getting on the plane, I think the state of the game is pretty dope. Like these young people right here can start a magazine or they can start a blog site and they can be popping by next year. They can be millionaires by next year. I think the state of the game is pretty dope if they're able to do that. You know, you got a lot of people that talk about don't go to school, which is bullshit. Don't try that at home, kids.
Please don't try that at home.
Knowledge is power. How much knowledge you can get it. You know what I'm saying? Get it, go for it, aspire to have it, be great, and do it. That's what hip hop taught me. Like I learned about certain things through hip hop, and we just try to keep it going past the baton of knowledge through hip hop. So state of the game is you know, it's the good, the bad, the ugly, man. You know?
Just the soundtrack is questionable sometimes, but the game is definitely dope.
Do y'all think it's more positive or negative messages in hip hop today?
I'm gonna be honest, he just topped all y'all questions right now. So y'all go, you know, think about what your life is like. You just bodied your whole style.
It's odd because hip hop exists in like places that you never thought. You just thought hip hop existed in New York City. Like we just listen to what New York is playing us, or we listening to what Atlanta is playing us. Like if you listen to hip hop from Africa, or listen to hip hop from, don't have to go to Africa, Jamaica, or go to South America, or Israel, or anywhere in European country. Like people are doing hip hop. Hip hop is a way of life. it's not just like the stuff that we hear here. Like we get a chance to go across the world. Like we go into Canada, Toronto, and we see that's where Drake came from. You know what I mean? But we get to see other people that may not just rhyme like everybody doesn't sound like the same person. But we get to see the different levels of talent across the globe, which is good for us because it exists right in our face, right in New York, right in Brooklyn. It's people doing different stuff. And when you tune in and you go online, you go to your YouTubes and your social network, you start seeing all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? You can't. It's unfortunately you can't listen to the radio for your information unless you're listening to Beat Minds Radio, of course. Maybe. Across the board, Beat Minds Radio. I'm not just saying this because that's family, but they play a lot of different music. You know what I mean? Like when I was growing up as a kid, you growing up in a dope house. You got all different ages, so everybody is listening to different kind of music. You need that. You need to hear music from the 60s, the 50s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. You can't shut none of that out. If you just listening to music from 2010 to 2015, you might as well blow your brains out. It's gonna sound crazy. You need to go back and bring it back and just keep it going, keep it in the cycle. So to answer your question, is it more positive or negative message? I just think it's a lot. It's a lot to decipher.
That's what it is. I think it's up to you to weed out what message you're looking to be given. Like you know what your life is like. So when how an MC drop jewels, you know when you hear that jewel drop, you get that you know what I mean? You get that movement when you hear a nigga say something fly, you be like, oh shit, damn, you heard that? You might have to listen to it again 2-3 times. And every time you hear it, you still get the, oh, okay. Wasn't expecting that. But it's on for you to take out of the music what works for your life. You know what I mean? Like as far as we go, like we got homies that's just coming home literally today and yesterday from doing like 20-25 years of their life in prison. And when you see it, and they be like, yo, thank you for that music or the record you made, that helped me get through my prison stretch, or that helped me pass the bar to become a better lawyer, to do this and do that. So the messages is there. It's not whether it's all how you take it as being a positive and a negative message, and you let it affect your life.
Church. Yeah, definitely understand there's a positive message. There's a negative message in every positive message. There's a positive message in every negative message. It's all a matter of how you perceive it.
Message.
You dig? So what we're going to do is we're going to give it up for Smif-N-Wessun.
Yes.
Louder than that. Come on, work with me. Give it up for Smif-N-Wessun. All right, that's always waiting here.
Love y'all, man. Love y'all. Word is bond.
We're going to get into the thing that they get into when they get into the thing they get into.